No applause for Kuminga Watch. Stop it.
I am a winner.
Yeah, you know what?
I'm a winner.
Yeah, we are. Kuminga Watch day 30. I just started Kuminga Watch on the day free agency opened. That was when Kuminga Watch officially began.
Yeah.
Okay. Sam Amick said yesterday that pick protections aren't the only holdup for Golden State in the Malik Monk for a protected first-round pick deal.
Uh-huh.
They also, as we speculated, don't want to get rid of Buddy Hield or Moses Moody to facilitate that trade. Because now it's not just giving up Jonathan Kuminga, it's giving up Jonathan Kuminga, and you're probably having to attach stuff to Buddy Hield or Moses Moody if you want to trade him at this point.
Yep.
So, Sam Amick confirmed that with his reporting yesterday. This is just funny to me now. I'm actually laughing because what we have is a situation where nobody really wants any outcome. The Kings want Jonathan Kuminga, but
sort of,
but at the discounted rate that they believe they can get him at, which is fair.
Well, and it's not just a discounted rate with the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
It's also with the contract.
Right.
They also think that it's a discounted rate. Like they're only going to pay what they're going to pay.
Right.
Right. And that's because there's no one that has any money. So they're trying to take advantage of a soft market.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, they see an opportunity to land a potential like strong young piece
mm-hmm.
in Kuminga, a player that could develop into something, much better than he is today.
Mm-hmm.
But with a affordable contract and very little going out the door to get him.
Right. So it's the risk reward assessment for the Kings at this point. And for Sacramento, it's really clear that an unprotected first is like, you know what? That's too pricey. I think we're going to be out. Then you go to Golden State. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. I think the Kings are doing the right thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got Golden State who doesn't want to keep him.
Nope.
They've made that very clear.
Don't let anyone fool you. They do not want to keep him at all. Even the contract offers that they've given him, a 2-year deal with a second-year team option.
Where he's waiving his no-trade clause.
And they're demanding that he waives a no-trade clause.
They're like, hey, can you voluntarily help us kick this can down the road to see if we can get more for you?
And we know that the can is literally a picture of you.
And also, you're not probably going to play the role that you want to play. You're going to come off the bench. You're going to lead the bench unit, but you're going to come off the bench and you're going to play like 20 minutes a night. And also, if you mess up, you're not going to play anymore.
Yeah.
It's just going to be the same situation. Hey, this situation that you've hated for 4 years, you want to do it again? For our benefit? Like, no. So, Golden State doesn't want him on their roster, but also, they don't want, they're not like, they're looking to trade him, but they don't, it's not, hey, this is we need to get rid of this guy. Just we'll take whatever for him and move on. Like the Suns would have taken whatever for Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
They would have just been like, cool, you want to, we'll take that bad contract instead. Cool. Here, you take him. He's off our hands now. But they couldn't. This isn't that clearly, or else Golden State would have done the Devin Carter and Dario Saric in a couple of seconds and washed their hands of this. But they didn't because it's like, okay, well, we don't want to just give him away. We want to get something. We don't want him, but we want to really get something for him. And the team that they're negotiating with is like, yeah, we want him, but we don't really want to give up a lot for him. And then there's the Kuminga side who's like, I want to go to Sacramento. I don't want to be in Golden State, but I'll stay in Golden State if I have to, and I'll play on the $7.9 million qualifying offer. I'll do it. It's like, nobody wants anything here.
Yeah. It really feels like the standoff in The Office.
Yes.
Where they're finger pointing.
Yes.
Because this isn't like no one is actually drawn a real gun.
Yeah.
This is not a John Morant situation. This is just straight up finger pointing.
Yes.
At each other.
Yes.
That's what this feels like.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, none of you realize that you just have your hand out. There's not actually a gun in your hand, right?
Yes.
Like, because no one has any true like leverage in this situation. And for those out there that say, oh, the Warriors have so much leverage. They do not have any leverage.
They don't.
Yeah.
They have it from the standpoint of Jonathan Kuminga. If nothing happens, he either doesn't play basketball this year or he plays for Golden State on the $7.9 million qualifying offer.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is, let's go to this Office meme that we're doing. And if you're unfamiliar with this, The Office, it's 3 characters and they're all standing around in a triangle, all pointing finger guns at one another.
Yes.
In a standoff.
Yes.
Right. The problem with that is the $7.9 million qualifying offer is a live grenade that blows up the Warriors and Kuminga.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Kings are just over here. It doesn't affect them at all.
No, totally.
Which is part of the reason that I don't think there's any angst here for the Kings. Like, they've made their 2 offers. Here's this. This is as much as we'll do. We might be willing to talk protections if you're down to move Buddy Hield or Moses Moody to fit the salary. We're down to talk protections, but until then, so the Kings have put their finger guns away and they're just going to go stand outside and watch.
Yep.
Like, all right, cool. Like, we're chilling. And that's where we're going to keep talking about this because there continues to be reporting around it. But I don't know what else there is for the Kings to do.
There's really not.
Outside of overpay, which I think if the Kings wanted Kuminga to the point of that's it. That's the piece.
Mm-hmm.
That's our future 1A perennial All-NBA guy. We would have seen them attack this much more aggressively. But they don't have to because, hey, you'd like to wind up with them, but it's not a necessity. This isn't part of Scott Perry's plan. It's not like Scott Perry went, yep, we're going to get Dennis Schroeder, and then we're going to swing a trade for Jonathan Kuminga, and that's going to really just set us on this trajectory. Nah. The Kings get to just hang out here.
Well, that and the Kings are very much looking at the summer of 2027 that we talk about this. Mm-hmm. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
And they also look at the potential of Kuminga and say, okay, in the summer of 2027, he's going to be, 25. Mm-hmm. We'll have a better idea of who he is. But at the same time, if he's not working out, you don't want to have a longer term deal. You don't want to have a bunch of money tied up mm-hmm. in that specific player. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the issues that they have. They don't want to tie up a bunch of money in 2027 for a player that they're not even nobody knows exactly what Kuminga is going to look like if you give him a starting job and 32 minutes a night.
Yeah.
Because the results could be that he averages, 22 a game and gets you 5 rebounds and mm-hmm. 3 assists, right? Mm-hmm. It could also be that you lose all the time because it's just not effective basketball.
Right.
And it doesn't matter how many points he scores, mm-hmm. Like your guy Cam Thomas, it doesn't matter how many points he scores. The Nets are still bad.
I love Cam Thomas.
They're not bad because of Cam Thomas.
Right.
But Cam Thomas's numbers look the way they do because everyone else on that team is not very good.
He's not a rising tide that raises all boats.
No. And even the Cam Johnson, just to tie Cam Johnson into that same mm-hmm. discussion, Cam Johnson was just an everyday average, 15, 16 point per game guy. Sometimes not even that. And then he gets traded to the Nets where everybody is bad, and he puts up a career high 19.5 points per game. Mm-hmm. Mikal Bridges did it 2 years earlier, where all of a sudden he's averaging 25 points per game when he's really a 16 to 17 point per game guy.
Right.
So bad teams have that way of helping a player out. Mm-hmm. But I just don't know how Kuminga in Sacramento, I don't know how that works. And that's why we're just projecting everything if we're trying to figure out how this will actually function.
Yeah.
And it's worth a risk,
right?
But the risk has to be minimal.
And the Kings are approaching it. And again, neither the Kings nor Warriors are in the wrong here, in my opinion, because the Kings are going, hey, that ceiling, he might not reach it. And we don't want to be stuck with no assets and this guy who just is 22 points a night and we're 31 and 51. But meanwhile, Golden State is going, yeah, but if he hits that ceiling, there's a chance he does, and we don't want to be giving him away for just nothing. Mm-hmm. So I don't think I think we've reached the end of actual movement until a deal happens. And we're going to continue getting, well, there was this offer.
I'm here for it, Kyle.
Turns out, yeah, we'll keep talking about it. Kuminga Watch Day 30 continues. One of the reasons the Kings are in this spot, though, was because of the De'Aaron Fox trade. And De'Aaron Fox signed his 4-year, $229 million extension with the Spurs yesterday. We'll talk